Welcome back inside the studio, Robbie. One of the big talking points is not just that Arsenal went out, but has been about their manager this week. And it feels like people fall into one category or another over comments that he's made, talking about how we were the best team in the competition, despite the fact that they went out, talking about the league, talking about we had more points than Liverpool. We had more points in the last 2 seasons that Liverpool have right now, and they've won the league. He's obviously feeling fired up and defensive of his team. Are you okay with it?
No. I'm not okay with some of the things that he says. I think that's something that shows what a bad loser he is. And he makes comments that we're all scratching our head with. Like the points thing is kind of a weird thing when there's more games to play. Talked about being the best team over 2 legs. All the stats said they were. But I think most people's eyes would have said that PSG are a better side and they've got a few better players. They've paid $1 gazillion for this squad, by the way, PSG over the last couple of years. So that's one thing about Mikel Arteta. I'll defend Arsenal, and I'm sure we'll get onto other questions. But this question about him and the things that he says, I don't like it. But that's one side of what he's doing. I like a lot of other things he's doing at the job, but his words he says sometimes are a little weird.
And does that matter, what he says?
I guess it matters on the outside. Oftentimes, I take it with a pinch of salt, because what his team inside believes and what they're saying to each other, I think, is the most important thing. He's obviously going to come out and defend his team. He should. He probably needs to defend his own position as well. So, yeah, I'm not as harsh on that, because sometimes on the outside things get said. But I think internally there's certainly a cohesion.
The only thing I'd add to that on that part of it is that it doesn't make him very likeable, Rebecca.
Does that matter?
I think it matters to some people. I think media. I think neutral fans. And then when things don't go well, like they get knocked out the semi-final stage of the Champions League, I think it's quite easy for people to have a little bit of a go at him because some of the things that he says. But that's maybe separate to the real important stuff, but it's a interesting angle on it.
It was interesting pre-game in his press conference ahead of this weekend. He said that we have gone backwards in the Premier League. Robbie sat here a couple of weekends ago and had a conversation with Gary Neville. Gary felt that they have gone backwards. Robbie didn't feel like they've gone
backwards in points from last year.
Certainly, yeah, the stats would suggest that. It's quite a strong statement to say we have gone backwards. I was quite surprised hearing that. Were you, Tim?
I was surprised. Again, I try and pick out what they're saying. It's an odd thing for him to say, because I don't necessarily know if they've gone backward. I think they're
only on the points they've gone backwards, but there's reasons for that. I don't think he means that the club and the team and their progression has gone backwards. I think he's just like, well, yeah, literally we've gone backwards because we got less points than we got this year. But I think it's simple as that.
I also think sometimes these managers are trying to they get over clever and try and make the board feel like they need to spend more money if they say we've gone backwards. They're always trying to create a case for themselves. I don't necessarily think Arsenal have gone backwards. I think it's because of the Liverpool factor. City was on top, and the next team to come through was going to be Arsenal. We were all convinced of that, and that didn't happen this year. And so it feels as if they've taken a slight step backward, but not for me.
It's the best Arsenal team for 20 years. You know, to reach a Champions League final, to finish second, that hasn't happened many times in the last 20 years. So they're building towards something, but of course they're just, at the moment, they're a little bit short.
And the short is the striker that this summer you believe they will go and get.
Yeah, I think so. Victor Gyökeres is the striker that apparently even now they're starting to talk about, negotiate. Ekitike, a player at Eintracht Frankfurt, 22-year-old young French striker, I particularly like. Something a little bit different, a little bit raw, but they're going to adjust it.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Lowe, and as we head towards the end of an exciting Premier League season, make sure you like and subscribe on the NBC Sports YouTube channel for more content like this.